Welcome, everyone, to the SoulTribe podcast. I'm Aunty Charmaine, where we value community, connection, devotion, herbalism, and all the other amazing things that brought our grandmothers together. We're keeping the traditions, and we are so excited to have you here with us. So welcome, everyone, to the SoulTribe podcast, and I'm here with Brittany.
Hi.
Now, Brittany, you're amazing because, you're one of those kids that I admire because you tend to manifest quite easily. You're not one of those kids that's like, oh, I really wish I could do so and so and so. You're the kid that says, oh, I want to do that. Okay, I'm going to go do it. How do you get to the place in life where you've gained the confidence enough to be able to trust and bet on yourself?
That's a really good question.
I know, right? You see my journalism skills.
It's funny because I feel like I always had this feeling in me that I could do whatever. Okay. Like I always felt pretty capable. I think what kind of brought me out of it was when I had to kind of be at odds with my family when it comes to my capability.
Understand that, growing up, you want to be able to find your own way and do your own thing. And you can't be fronted for that. That's a given, right? But for the fact that you can actually think of and execute, that's crazy, because that's some real manifestation right there. I mean, you think about it. You chose social media. Mm-hmm. Hey, son, who is this? This is my girlfriend. Her name is Brittany. She's a podiatrist. No, my name is Brittany, and I'm a social media. I want to call it powerhouse, because that's what I'm seeing for your future. You're not going to be some little rinky dink. It's the real thing. Mm-hmm. So how did you get there?
So growing up, I'd always knew I wanted to be something big. I had that feeling within me, like whether it was being a singer or an actress. My mom took me everywhere. Wow. We went to little tryouts. But one day it just came to me like, I want to do Instagram. I want to do social media. I can see myself wearing these outfits and posting them and getting recognition for it. So one day I decided to do it, and I started doing it. I started posting it. And then, of course, I had faith in myself. So the universe provided me with the visual of it, and I took off a little bit. And it was good because I was in high school and I was still living at home. But once you change from a high school kid to an adult who needs to pick a job, go to school, that's where it got a little testy with me, because I had to decide whether I would let go of my dream and pick a backup plan, or if I would just go full straight ahead in what I saw for me and my belief. Because how I see it is, if I pursued a backup plan, I was kind of failing myself, because I was going to split myself in two in a way.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. So I just went for it, even though my family, they were very against it, severely against it, and they said some harmful things about it. But I had developed a sense of self that I knew I was always protected if I trusted in it.
You know what's so funny? You ever heard great people say that exact same shit? Like they all say the same thing. My mom did not want me to pick up that basketball. Yeah. She told me not to be a basketball player. Or my mom said, girl, don't take your ass to Hollywood. You know, the weirdos is over there. So understanding the flow of the trust you had in yourself, the importance of betting on you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to coin that here right now on SoulTribe podcast, betting on Brittany.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Make that a part of your journey, because, betting on yourself is important. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I have had to wake up every morning and go to work, and it's not work when you love it, but it still has its own obligations. It has its own paperwork that has to be, you know what I'm saying, filled out and accounted for, and bills still got to be paid. I just think there are those who have a dream, but then there are those who have a vision. I think there's a difference.
Yes.
A dream ain't going to feed you, but a vision is what you hold on to when times get hard. What are the visions that were stuck up in the cavity of your being that kind of pushed you, compelled you, propelled you forward? because that's a big difference from being at the crib, taking cute little girl pictures. How do you get from that to where you are?
That's a beautiful question. It's hard to go back into what I was thinking then, but I don't know if I saw anything, but I just felt it. Like I felt like if I do this, I will be successful in it because I know who I am. I can apply myself to anything.
Very true.
Like I could have done something else and I would have been great at it, but it's about being great and feeling great in it to me. So I would just see it in my head and I would know I'm going to be successful in this, you know?
You know, another thing that I appreciate is not doing it like everyone else. You know, when you try to find yourself in someone else's image, you come off closer and closer to the most unauthentic person. But when you just scrap it, like that's one of the things that I can appreciate about my journey. I chose not to gain inspiration from others as a part of myself. So I was able to admire Maya Angelou, but I didn't want to be her. And I could admire a Toni Morrison, but I didn't want to be her. I just loved her work. You know, how do you get to a place where you're like, okay, I got the confidence where I'm going to do it my way. I would like trusting that vision. Like, what does that look like? Because you're a sexy girl. You are a spiritual girl. You are a fashion girl. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
A multifaceted person. You should be well-rounded. How did you get to the point of being well-rounded?
I would like to say I was blessed with this view because I can't really describe where I got it from. The other day I was laying in bed and I realized I think I may have got it from my mom in a way because like I've reconnected with God lately and I sit and I think about, I don't know, I get emotional. I don't know why I'm getting emotional.
Yep.
Okay. I would think about when I would go to church. I don't want to cry. It's supposed to be a podcast.
But no, well, why not? It's okay because emotions is a natural part of healing also. And
I would watch her and I'd see her face. And I feel like that's where I got it from. Because I'd always like question it, be like, I don't know, I guess I just have it. But I think it was seeing her struggle, but still having such a great face.
Oh, yeah.
And something in that instilled faith in me and in the divine and in God and being a good person and trusting. Because that's what I watched her do.
You know, here's the funny thing. Because parents, sometimes they don't realize it. Your kids are always watching. They're always watching. And the one thing I've always wanted to instill in my children is to always see a woman who has integrity. I know for some people, I'm sure that giving two shits what people think really is not your forte, but I actually care about this next generation up underneath me. Can we get some tissue, please? And I actually care about this next generation and what they think about me. And I want to be that auntie like, oh, hell no, because you know, nope, because God knows. You understand what I'm saying? Think about it. The kind of shame you would feel if I heard something terrible you done did. That will keep you from doing it from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's the kind of faith your mother exhibited. That's what you saw.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing like, oh, she got eyes all in the back of her damn head. She go, I'm going to walk right past her. She go feel it. She go feel me. She go feel me. That's how kids should feel. That's how life should be. Because guess what? You make better choices when you feel God is watching. You better believe it. Baby, please. You better believe it. Okay? When you realize that there is something watching your behavior and testing everything you do. Oh, this is what you want in your life? Oh, but can you hold it? Do you have the proper attitude to hold the mantle? Can you mature it? Can you pour into it? Can you nurture it? You ever seen a person who wants to be in a relationship, but they don't love themselves? Mm-hmm. How you expect somebody to come out of the world to love you and you don't do that for you first? And for you to be so young and be so connected, because a lot of young people your age are very hardened. How are you keeping yourself from being hardened? Because we all have a testimony. We all got a story. We've all been through things. Mm-hmm. What is a thing you've experienced that shaped your existence to let me see the woman you are right now?
Back to my mom. I was like seeing her go through her divorce was a big one. Watching her harden was a big one. Because you see what it can do to a woman to be hardened. It's just a crime podcast.
But it's all right, because it's a healing podcast. At the SoulTribe podcast, our healing is real. It is not for y'all entertainment.
So definitely watching her go through her divorce. That was a big one. Because it didn't affect me directly. Because I was at that age where, as a girl, you're not really that close to your father anyways.
Right.
But I had to watch her harden. And like you say, I'm always watching. Kids are always watching. I was always watching her. And see her try to be there and couldn't. And that was indirectly what I went through. Directly, I'm very loving, but for some reason, well, I know the reason. It's the divine's reason. I needed growth. I needed healing. I would go through relationships that were not serving me. And for some reason, instead of walking away, maybe as a way to not harden, I saw it. I stayed through it. Whether it was mental toxicity or whatever it was, I would sit in these relationships and I would let myself break emotionally. And there are times where I did harden in it. But eventually, I like to say it was the divine that pulled me out.
Wow.
Like I just feel like the divine's real. I'm not going to deny it and harden myself.
Okay, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Because the beauty's all around, so I'm going to allow it to be within me.
You know where I find that beauty you just talked about? When I go on my hikes.
Yeah.
I go on a hike with Aunty. I just went on one yesterday, but those hikes, oh my God. When I say, and I understand you can go down the little road, but at some point you're going to see a car. But when you go in the forest and there is no sound, there's no beeping, there's no children, there's no noise. You can hear a leaf fall from the heavens to the ground. It is one of the most magnificent things. And I do it. As long as the weather is well, I do it once a week because that is my going to church. Yeah. Okay. My going to church is with my green tea. I have to have my green tea. Look, my good girlfriend put me onto this one green tea with the lemonade at the Starbucks. I get my good green tea. I get my CBD. This is not marijuana for the people on the internet. And if it was, smoke on and live your life. Mind your business. I mind my business. You mind your business.
As you should.
You understand what I'm saying? And I go in the forest with my CBD and my prayers. And I'm literally, every Sunday, I'll sit by a lake. And that is church for me. See, the God that I engage with cannot be boxed in by a steeple.
I agree.
Or four walls. It's so expansive.
Yep.
So incredible with the way it moves. And it only requires you to just come and sit for a little while. Ain't no cover charge. Ain't no pass the plate. Ain't no jets in the sky. It's just you and nature in the sacred voice. How do you find that for yourself?
Lately, I've been using gospel music.
Come on now. That's me.
It's the only music I've been listening to. And I try to take an hour when I wake up and an hour before I go to sleep to connect. I'll say my prayers from the Psalms.
Yes.
It's like dedicated for Monday to Sunday, morning and night.
Yes.
And then after that, from your prayer you gave me, I made it. I took the skeleton,
yes,
and put my own, and I'll say the full thing. It takes like 5 minutes,
but it's there.
But it's there, and I feel it, and I feel connected. And then I went to your newsletter. This isn't an ad, but I will promote it. And all your affirmations, I say them every time I wake up and before I go to sleep.
Oh, wow. Now that makes my life have purpose. I'll be wondering sometimes. At one point in time, I was like, do the people use this stuff?
I did the candle too.
You like it?
I loved it.
Now listen, y'all. Okay, so what my niece is talking about. Okay, so people don't usually know how chime candles work. People don't know how candles work, period. You know, I hate to say it, but people are so ignorant to things that they instantly put you into something. So if I was Catholic and I lit a candle and I said a prayer and I put it at your altar, you would say I was a good Catholic. And if I'm a Black woman and I do the same thing, you call me a hoodoo priestess. I say all of that to say that whether you practice whatever you practice, that's not neither here nor there. My point in saying this is chime candles is an excellent way to get a prayer through quickly. If you, and that it ain't gonna have no staying power now. It don't got no staying power, okay? Just like a box of incense is a strong instant vibration, but it doesn't last compared to, let's say, a resin, like a white copal resin or benzoin or frankincense or myrrh. That is intense resin, right? No different than a candle. A 7-day candle, it'll be more thorough, but it's slower, right? A chime candle is quick, instant. And I thought to myself for our newsletter, I was like, what is a quick little way people can connect and just get that prayer out there? Like, really know that when you like this, okay, it's not going to take 500 years to come to pass, but at least it's something quickly that can instantly connect you. How have you been using that?
First off, the prayer you gave in it, I took that and I put it in a separate prayer. Because I was just doing my morning 1-hour thing, and then something came to me. I was like, what am I going to do when this greatness that I'm asking God for comes to me? And I saw myself on a stage, and how I visioned it is I was receiving an award of some kind. And I saw myself, as soon as I got up there, I just got on my knees and said a prayer. So I grabbed my notebook and I wrote the prayer, and a part of your prayer that you gave me is in it.
Look at there.
And I just love it. And I'll say it when I take my Shashandra as well.
Yes, come on now.
It's just such a...
Yeah, it's a little vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. You know, the thing about the Shashandra also, when you take it, when you pray, now Shashandra is a form of Chinese medicine. It is an excellent berry. It's great for coating your nervous system and really bringing balance to the body. It's an excellent adaptogen. And I've been taking it for almost 2 years now. I can't believe it's been that freaking long. Wow. Because I feel like we haven't just gotten over the winter yet. I feel like the winter came and we blinked and it was done.
Literally.
Right? So now I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, when I take my Shashandra, I feel this weird springtimey vibe. Like,
I agree.
The sun is shining and I hear the birds chirping and life is lifing. And it's springtime. It feels good and life feels good. And how do you get to that place where you stay in that springtime?
Lately, I've been doing walks.
Oh, okay, walks.
And there's some cows beside the house.
Come on, cows.
So I try to go to like the childlike state before you're taught by the world to be hard, and just see things as if it's the first time I'm seeing it. So I get up and I get super excited to go see my cows. Or I saw some geese flying.
Oh, get out.
And I was acting like a little toddler watching it. Because we should be happy people. Like, I'm blessed to have eyes to see this. I'm blessed to exist in the same world as these creatures. I'm blessed to be able to walk and see them. Like, I try to break it down and get into the gratefulness mode.
Yep.
Because I feel like I've gone through seasons where I kind of put that on the back burner. And of course that'll show up and it'll like be like, you're missing something. I'm gonna show it in whether it's this way, this way, this way. I'm gonna let you know you're doing something wrong.
Yep.
So I took that as a step back and I sat and I was like, I need to set aside an hour, morning and night, maybe even longer. I'm not gonna stop until I feel like I need to stop.
That's it.
Where I need to practice gratefulness and I need to take this pressure off of myself and allow the divine to step in. So I think I was being more of like, this is me, I have to do this, I have to do this, instead of opening up divine provision.
You know, that is so crazy. As young as you are, to have that resilient kind of faith, girl, that's something else. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in my 40s and I'm learning that. Mm-hmm. I have always had my hand or like a vice grip on my life, just orchestrating every little minute detail. Mm-hmm. You don't leave room for God in nothing when you do that. Mm-hmm. And it's almost literally like life had to come and rag-a-tag my ass. Like, girl, who you think you give a shit? Yeah. Like, no, don't come in here thinking you know something you ain't. Okay, so you the guru, you gonna be the guru. Because this is why you gonna be the guru. Because you're gonna go through some things. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, things you will go through will bring you to your knees. Mm-hmm. And it will teach you your proper place in this world. Mm-hmm. As strong as I am, I complain and make little jokes all the time. God, this is not right. I want to see the paperwork on this goddamn life because you just giving me extra dose. Mm-hmm. And I'm realizing a personality like mine who is so determined. Yep. Unmanaged is a dangerous thing. Because think about it. Gifts are given without repentance. So you put that level of energy in one creature and she don't have control, that's a no-no. So I see it now. I see the forest for the trees now because I'm mature enough to be willing enough to see it. But what is that thing that you saw that was like, okay, look, what is that thing that you saw that you said to yourself, okay, look, enough is enough. I'm done with the bullshit. This is my exit. I'm getting off on this ride. Not doing this no more. What was that thing?
In what avenue?
In what avenue? In the avenue that made you feel like I'm making better choices for my life moving forward.
I think it had a lot to do with dating, I will say. Okay. It's in relationships, I kind of would make that other person on a pedestal. And I had to realize that I deserve the pedestal. Because even if they're the best person in the world, I need to love myself more than I care for them. So I had to realize that and realize how much power I have in myself and how much love I give this person and how I literally build this person to deserve the pedestal. I could be putting that into myself and I'll attract somebody who sees me as I am and allows me to shine as well and doesn't allow me to lose myself in them.
I'm Aunty Charmaine, and I am a constant reminder to our tribe to connect mind, body, and soul as we talk everything spirituality, everything herbalism, and all amazing things in between. I am the auntie of the community. Peace and love, y'all.